Today in geometry in section 3.1, we are going to identify pairs of lines and angles. Okay, there are two kinds of lines that will never intersect, and they are parallel lines and skew lines. There's a huge difference in those. Even though both of them will never intersect, parallel lines are on the same plane. Okay, that's really important. They're on the same plane, and skew lines are not on the same plane, and that's the difference in them. Neither of them will intersect, but parallel lines will be on the same plane, whereas skew lines will not be on the same plane. I would know that in case it was on the quiz tomorrow. Okay, here we have two postulates, the parallel postulate and the perpendicular postulate. All that means is if you have a line, and there's a point that's not on that line, like this, then there's going to be exactly one line that can go through that point that will be parallel to the original line. That's all that means. Okay? Perpendicular postulate, okay, it's the same thing. If you have a line and you have a point that's not on that line, then there's going to be exactly one line that goes through that point that will be perpendicular to the original line. Okay? So one more time, if you have a point that's not on a line, there's going to be exactly one line that goes through it that will make another parallel line, and exactly one separate line that will go through that point that will make a perpendicular line to the original line. Those are two important things that might be on the quiz. Okay, now we're going to look at some angles that are formed by transversals. Okay, well, let's talk about what that is. If you have two lines, we'll call this line A, and we'll call this line B, and lines A and B are cut by a transversal. Okay, we're going to call the transversal T for transversal. Okay, so if we get some angles from here, and so this is angle 1, let's label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these down here we can call these 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Now, there's going to be some words come up, interior and exterior. When they are referring to that, they're talking about of the two lines A and B. What lie on the interior, on the inside of A and B? Well, that would be angles 3, 4, 5, and 6. They are on the inside, on the interior. Okay, so if there's interior, then there must be exterior. What's on the exterior or the outside of the two lines? Well, that would be angles 1, 2, 7, and 8. Those are on the exterior of the two lines. Now we are going to look at different kinds of angles. When we have lines A and B and cut by the transversal T, okay, let's look at the different groups of angles we have here. We'll call this angle 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we will go to 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we have this first grouping at the top, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is in one group. The second group that we have is 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the bottom. Corresponding angles means they have corresponding positions. So if you look at angle 1, right here, it's holding the top left position in that group. So what holds the top left position in the other group? 5. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. Okay, 2 holds the top right. So in the bottom set, 6 holds the top right, so angle 2 and angle 6 would be corresponding. Okay, angle 3 is the bottom left. And 7 is the bottom left, so angle 3 and angle 7 would be corresponding. And then the last one would be angle 4 is in the bottom right, and 8 is in the bottom right. So those are corresponding. So anytime you have two lines cut by a transversal, you're going to get groups of angles. You're going to have a top group and a bottom group. And if they're in corresponding spots, then they will be corresponding angles. Now let's look at another group called alternate interior angles. So if you have two lines, A and B, cut by transversal T, and we have these groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have the second group, and we'll call them 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alternate, the word alternate refers to alternate sides of the transversal. Interior means on the inside of the two lines. So what angles are on the interior of the two lines? Angles 3, 4, 5, and 6 are interior. Okay, now what is on the alternate side? If we look at angle 3, right here, its alternate interior angle is 6. So the alternate interior to 3 is 6. Okay, then we could look at angle 4, and its alternate interior would have to be angle 5. Okay, so alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal, and interior means on the inside of the two lines. The next group of angles that we want to look at are alternate exterior angles. Okay, again, alternate means on the opposite side of the transversal, and exterior means on the outside of the two lines. So if we look at angle 1 is alternate exterior to angle 8. So angle 1 is alternate exterior to angle 8. Okay, then you have angle 2, and it will be alternate exterior to angle 7. Okay, so you will have two sets of alternate exterior angles. The last set of angles that we are going to look at are consecutive interior angles, or they could be called same side interior angles. They are the same thing. Okay, consecutive and same side mean exactly that. Of the transversal, they're going to be on the same side of the transversal. So 1 and 3 are on the same side, and 2 and 4 are on the same side. And they are interior, so that means on the inside of the two lines. Okay, so what is same side interior here? Angle 1 and angle 3. And the other set would be angle 2 and angle 4. Okay, so 1 and 3 are same side interior, and angle 2 and angle 4 are same side interior.